Hi all. Today in this session we are going to discuss about the waves. This is the lesson in intermediate second year for class 12. So let me ask you one thing. We are very much interested in creating disturbance, right? From our childhood, when we started just moving also, we have created lot of disturbance. Throwing floor, throwing the toys, everything. We feel enjoying like that in a disturbance, right? So when the disturbance is confined to only one space, that is no problem. Then that is another case. But when that disturbance travels from one place to another place, then what happens? That we are going to discuss in this present session. Okay. So when we grow up, also, you may have observed some of the persons like throwing stones in the study water. So here I am telling you one example here. So here you are seeing a pond, right? How is the water in this pond? Yes, they are in rush. Now, if a person throws stones, if a person is throwing stone in it, what happens? The disturbance will be created, right? So, the disturbance is it remains there? No. That disturbance travels from one point to another point. See here how where the stone is reached. That stone has reached in water. It has created some disturbance, and that disturbance is traveling through the water. Right? So the disturbance travels from one place to another place. So while traveling, is the water has a traveled or the disturbance has a traveled? Yes, right. It's the disturbance that travels from one place to another place and not the material or matter around surrounding it. Okay. So when this disturbance is traveling, what happens? The disturbance when it traveling from one place to another place, what is it creating? It is this disturbance traveling from one place to another place is known as a wave. Okay. So while traveling a disturbance, it transfers energy from one point to another point. So what is it transmitted here? When the wave is in motion, what is it transferring? Yes, right. Energy. Energy is transferred from one place to another place. So let us see some examples for this. So when a wave is traveling, some energy will be transported from this. Okay. Let us see some examples for that. I think you may have observed, you may have known about the tsunami waves, right? So the tsunami waves, when they reach the seashores, they create lot of disturbance, right? So from which that much of energy comes to them, the disturbance is created somewhere in the ocean, right? When the disturbance is traveling through the molecules of the medium, then what happens? It transports energy from one point to another point. Okay, we can perform a simple activity for this also. See, take a glass and place some Bluetooth inside the glass. Like I am showing you in the picture. Okay, place a Bluetooth in the glass and place a plastic cover on the top of the glass. Now, pour some paper balls or thermocol balls on the top of the plastic cover. Then switch on the Bluetooth. Raise the volume. If you increase the volume, what happens? That sound energy, that sound creates the disturbance, and because of that disturbance, energy is transported to the balls and the balls starts dancing. This is dancing balls. Okay. So I think now you are understood about what is a wave. Yes, a disturbance creates waves. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss about the waves. And especially this lesson is completely depending on the sound waves. Okay. So first of all, let us discuss what are different types of waves. So what are the different types of waves? And before that, let me once again tell you the definition of a wave. So what is the definition propagation of a wave, any disturbance traveling throughout the medium or any disturbance spread out in a medium is known as a wave. So now coming to the different types of the waves. These waves are classified into two types depending on how they propagate, how they travel. So one thing is mechanical waves and the second one non-mechanical waves. Non-mechanical waves can also be called as electromagnetic waves. So coming to mechanical waves do not require any material medium for their propagation. That means they do not require any medium. So what is a medium? Telugu medium, English medium, Hindi medium. What is a medium? Here medium is not like that. Okay, here the medium means any substance which is surrounding the disturbance. Okay, that what is the surround which type of material? Either it can be a solid, liquid, or gas. Whatever is the matter throughout the disturbance, and the disturbance is traveling from which that matter is known as medium. Okay, so the waves which require a material medium, those are called mechanical waves. Which do not require any medium, those are non-mechanical waves or electromagnetic waves. So in a non-mechanical waves or electromagnetic waves, they cover the entire electromagnetic spectrum from gamma rays, UV rays, ultraviolet. UV rays means ultraviolet rays, visible rays, infrared rays, gamma, radio waves, microwaves, the entire electromagnetic spectrum, including the visible light, it comes under non-mechanical waves or electromagnetic waves. See, they do not require any material medium. So this light from the sun, we are receiving it directly to the earth, right? So what is happening? Is there any medium? No, but we are getting light from our sun. That means light is non-mechanical wave. Coming to the mechanical waves, the waves which require medium for their propagation are mechanical waves. So these mechanical waves are classified further, and the mechanical waves speed may depend on the properties of the medium. As I have already told you, the medium may be either solid, liquid, or gas, whatever type of matter. So depending on the properties of the medium, the velocities of the mechanical waves depends. So what are the examples for mechanical waves? Sound waves. As you are listening, the sound. How you are listening? The sound is traveling through the air and creating a disturbance. So the sound wave is a mechanical wave. And water waves, seismic waves. Seismic waves means the waves emitted during the earthquakes. Okay. So here we have got a conclusion, right? Sound waves are mechanical waves. That means they require a mechanical medium, material medium to travel. But light waves are non-mechanical in nature. The light does not require any material medium. That's why the light which has produced in the sun, we are getting that light even on the earth. But the sounds which are produced on the sun, those we are not able to hear. Okay? Because all those sounds are limited there itself. Why? Because in the gap between sun and earth, there is no material medium. It is only completely free space. So the sound cannot travel through that free space. Only the light can travel that free space also. We are observing, we are getting light from sun but not the sounds. So mechanical waves are further classified into two types: progressive waves, stationary waves. Progressive waves, stationary waves. What are progressive waves? What are stationary waves? Let us discuss. So stationary waves are limited between two fixed ends. So these two fixed suppose, let us consider an example for stationary wave. Suppose if we take, as I am showing you in the figure, take a thread, fix it between two fixed ends, then let us just cut the string or the thread. For vibrates, and as I'm showing you in the picture, it vibrates like. So either the wave travels towards the end and again the wave reflects back. So the stationary waves are formed in between two fixed ends, two traveling in waves. When they superimpose, the standing waves or the stationary waves are formed. Standing wave, stationary wave, both are same. So here I am showing you some examples of stationary waves. So here the stationary, when a stationary wave is formed, some of the places displacement is zero and some of the places displacement is maximum. So those points are known as nodes and antinodes. This we will discuss further in detail. So here you are seeing the stationary waves in strings, and these are the stationary waves formed in a musical instruments, and then the stationary waves formed by a moving electron. Then coming to the progressive waves. So what is a progressive wave? Progress means what? Development. So it continuously flows, never returns to the initial state. Any wave. Progressive wave can also be called as a traveling wave. See the difference. Stationary wave or standing wave that stands between two fixed points. But the progressive wave is, it named itself as traveling wave. That means it travels. It has traveled, it was traveled, it is traveling, it will travel. So it continuously travels. Okay? And it never returns back. So which waves are traveling continuously? Those waves are known as progressive waves. So these progressive waves are again classified into two types: transverse waves and longitudinal waves. So to know the difference between longitudinal wave and transverse wave, let us once again go to the definition of wave. So what is a wave? Any disturbance traveling in the medium is known as a wave, right? So when this disturbance travels throughout the medium, what happens? The particles of the medium vibrates. What is meant by vibration? The to and fro motion is known as vibration. So if the wave is the wave propagating direction and the vibrations of the particles of the medium, if they both are parallel to each other like this, if this is the direction of the wave propagation and this is the direction of vibrations of the particles, if these two are parallel to each other, then such type of waves are known as longitudinal waves. And if the direction of wave propagation and vibrations of the particles of the medium, suppose these two are like this, that means perpendicular to each other, then those type of waves are known as transverse waves. And in longitudinal waves, at some of the places, all the vibrations, because of the vibrations, all the particles of the medium come closer. Those points are known as compressions, and at some places they are far apart. Those points are known as refractions. Why these compressions and refractions happens? Because of the pressure and density variations. Observe it, compression, all the particles are clear. It is closely spaced, right? Since it is closely placed, density is maximum. And at a refraction, they are far apart. That means the density is minimum. So at some points, density minimum, density maximum happens. So those we are naming them as compressions and refractions. So one compression and one refraction constitutes one longitudinal wave. If we consider only compression or only refraction, it does not mean a complete wave. So one complete wave means a compression and a refraction. So when these compression refractions are propagating, after that what comes again? Compression and then refraction, compression and then again refraction. Like that the longitudinal waves travels. Okay. What are the examples for longitudinal waves? Coming to the example, sound waves are longitudinal in nature. Sound waves are longitudinal. So when we create a sound, how we are creating a sound? You all know in your 9th class, right? The vocal cords, when they vibrate, the sound will be emitted from us, and that sound wave, when traveling through the air, it vibrates the air molecules and reaches our ear, and it vibrates the eardrum, and we are able to hear the sound. Okay. So while traveling, the sound waves are examples for the longitudinal waves. And another thing is waves produced on springs, also examples for longitudinal waves. And suppose if we consider a long cylinder, a cylinder closed with a piston. If we move the piston slowly up and down, then the vibrating air column in the cylinder also form longitudinal waves. Okay, so again we are moving into progressive waves. So progressive waves are defined into two types, right? Longitudinal and transverse. So we have discussed here about the longitudinal waves. Then going to the transverse waves. So what is a transverse wave? So if the direction of wave propagation and the vibrations of the particles of the medium are perpendicular to each other, then those waves are known as transverse waves. So in these transverse waves, the upper points are known as crest and the lower points are known as troughs. Crests and troughs are formed. So in longitudinal, we have discussed the compression, refractions are formed. In a transverse wave, crest and troughs are formed. So one crest and one trough constitutes one transverse wave. So alternate crests and troughs are formed. And coming to this one, in a transverse wave, there will be no pressure and density variation. At all the points, the pressure and density will be same. So next, what are the examples of our transverse waves? Light waves are transverse in nature. Okay, light waves are transverse in nature, and longitudinal waves can propagate through solids. So let us see the differences between. Let us see the differences between longitudinal waves and transverse waves. If we write a table like longitudinal waves on one side and transverse waves on one side, it will be like that. So first point, what we can write the definition. Vibrations of the particles of the medium and wave propagation are parallel, then it is longitudinal. Vibrations of particles of the medium and wave propagation are perpendicular, then it is a transverse. And in longitudinal, compressions and refractions are formed, and in transverse, crests and troughs are formed. And then here there will be no pressure and density variation. Transverse waves, there will be no pressure and density variation. In a longitudinal, pressure variations are there, density variations are also there. Then for longitudinal waves, sound waves are the examples, and for transverse waves, light waves are the examples. So let us continue our session in the next video.